Alright, so now let's get some practice converting between degrees into radians or radians into degrees. And remember, what we said is our conversion factor is going to be 180 degrees is the same thing as pi radians. So number one, we're going to convert 27 degrees into radians. The method that we're going to use is the same method they use in the science classes here at Geyer High School, and it's called the train tracks. So you take your 27 degrees that we're going to convert and we open up our train tracks. We want the degrees to cancel, so using our conversion factor up here, the degrees has to go on the bottom, 180 degrees. And we want to keep the pi radians. When I do this, my degrees cancel. And this is just like multiplying fractions. You would do top times top, bottom times bottom. But if you can go ahead and simplify beforehand between something up top and something that's on the bottom, you can go ahead and do that. So for example, I look at 27, I look at 180, and I know the number 9 goes into both of these. 9 goes into 27 3 times, and 9 goes into 180 20 times. So this is equal to 3 pi over 20 radians. Whoops. Alright, let's do the same thing. Convert 150 degrees into radians. 150 degrees, it'll go on the top of our train tracks. 180 degrees will go on the bottom, so our degrees will cancel. And we need our conversion pi up top. I can see here that a 0 will cancel out with this 0. It's a factor of 10. I got 15 pi over 18, and I can reduce that again because I know that 3 goes into both of these. So if I divide that by 3, I get 5 pi over 6 radians. Now let's go in the other direction. Let's go from radians into degrees. So you set this up the same way. We want some train tracks. This will look a little different because we're going to put pi on top, we're going to put the 6 on bottom because it's like a fraction, right? And this time we want the pi's to cancel and leave us degrees. So we put the pi on the bottom, 180 degrees on the top. So the pi's will cancel. And I got 180 degrees divided by 6, which is 30 degrees. So pi over 6 is the same thing as 30 degrees. Okay, here's one more. I'm going to convert 3 pi over 4 radians into degrees. 3 pi over 4, just continue this line. Pi's up top, we want it to cancel. 180 degrees up top because that's what we want to keep. Our pi's will cancel. And what this would mean is 3 times 180, and it would be divided by 4. I could go ahead and divide by 4 right now because I know that 4 goes into 180. Let's see, it goes in there 4 with 2 left over, so 45. 3 times 45 is 120 plus 15 is 135 degrees. And that concludes your surprise videos on everything you need to know about radians and degrees.